working on all sorts of things. I don't know what your priorities are. Try to put together that list of 29 specifically because we felt that those were the priorities. Didn't get a lot of people.
Okay,
That's right.
and again, I didn't, I guess, I misunderstood
Yeah,
the
that's-
message you were trying to deliver. You know, I just took this as, this is where we're at, an update, a progress report as to where you're at. I guess I didn't see that as a point in time to give you immediate feedback based on your presentation. And I guess I thought we were gonna get something a little more specific on some of the ideas that were in here. I know you are, yeah.
I've had a talk with Allison and try to wait, I'm waiting on her
Right.
to give me back
Okay.
information on other things, but in the meantime, again, I don't set the priorities here. I'm just trying to keep this train moving forward. I got staff, 14 people on this committee that are doing a tremendous amount of work. I just don't know exactly.
Well, I have a simple suggestion. Schedule 2 weeks, our next meeting. In fact, can present on the issues that have been vetted and voted on.
Say you, how about this? Why don't I send you a list of the things that we feel that we're ready, that are sitting in our database, that we've approved, that you like the idea, you like the title of it, then we can go to the next level. I don't know.
Generally what happens is the liaison is the communication point, and the liaison is representing the board. So if in fact there's some things that are ready, you'll let Sean know. He usually calls and says, you want to put this on the agenda, and we're up and running, so.
And if you have information, and
Yeah, I'd
you
like
can
to
forward
see
it
it,
to
yeah.
us, that if it's, you know, I'd like to see it in advance, well in advance, and
If you have a website, I'll make sure Sean gets the website out to you, and you can go on there and we can post it on the website.
Joe's got it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mike, I certainly hope you didn't take anything negative from what we were saying, because, you know, there's maybe been a big breakdown in communications here, because I honestly thought that you were going, you know, we have all your pointers, shall we say. I thought as you completed them, you'd come to us. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not how we were gonna do it.
The liaison, I thought, the producer, when Sean's there, he gets the emails, and he has the updates back. That's sort of comes from Mr. Siri, then, I mean,
No, I'm not, and I'm not,
when you say us, who?
the board. I thought as you finished the project, you would get a hold of Mr. Messeri and say, okay, would like to
Well,
come
you
forward with it.
get a hold of
Yeah.
Sean, and he'll
Get a hold of
me.
Sean, and he'll, because, I mean, we were chastised for not acting on them, and I emailed Bob, and I said, Bob, please correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that was an update, that you were giving us what you're gonna look into. I guess some people thought we were supposed to go out and do that the next day, but that's not the way that I looked at that. I looked at it as a work in progress, and yeah, we wanna work with you to look at those, to look at these things. So
Right.
I guess there's just been a breakdown there in communication.
We'll make sure that you know how to reach me. And if you want to be on our agenda at our next meeting,
Yeah,
first meeting in
definitely.
December, just let me know.
All right, I'll bring it up. Again, we're trying to look at what priorities right now.
There was no intent for your committee to deal with 2009, because none of us thought we were going to have a problem.
But we did do some work. I'll go back, I just didn't bring it all with me tonight. I've been focused on that one issue right now, so.
Right, no, that's all we were doing tonight.
Getting back to Greg, you know, I think this is a good start in terms of getting things together. Can we move on to the revised Verizon owned easement, Smith Farm Road? This is evidently, we approved it, they've gone back and made some adjustments. I guess both sides, or three sides, have agreed to it.
Yeah, Reading Municipal Light wasn't listed as the, one of the grantees. This is for the Swan Pond cell tower location. The changes have been reviewed, which is the inclusion of Reading Municipal Light, and a small change recommended by town council on the bottom of page 2, both of which council recommends vote to approve. If you do vote to approve it, given the lateness of the hour, I would ask that you not sign the easement. What we'll do is we'll have it on file in the town clerk's office, and when you have an opportunity, since it requires a notary, just to simply come by and sign it.
And it'll be in the town clerk's office?
It'll be in the town clerk's office starting tomorrow.
So, Mr. Harris.
Mr. Chairman, I move to rescind the vote of July 7th, 2008, under item number 8, Verizon easement.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous?
Mr.
Town-
Chair-
I'm sorry.
There was a second.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant an amended easement to Verizon New England Incorporated for 55 Swan Pond Road, Assessors Map 74, Lot 69.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Town administrators report.
Mr. Chairman, just following up a discussion item, the Saturday budget workshop, I would ask that if you could just take a look at your calendars. We have that tentatively scheduled for January 10th, which is the second Saturday in
I
January.
thought it was gonna be the first.
Well, that's New Year's weekend, so if you care
Ah.
to be here, you may be
May
missing
be
a few
alone.
people. We're kind of shooting for the 10th of January.
Okay, will we have a meeting? This is Saturday. Yeah, will we have a meeting on that Monday?
January 5th, we have a meeting.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. We'll have a
Alright.
meeting on the Monday.
All right,
the
so
5th.
what we've done in the past is we've done the small budgets, the meeting following the big one. Do we want to do some of the small budgets on the 5th?
That's a date that I'll write down. That makes sense.
So we should pencil in the 10th then now for,
10th at 8 a.m.
yeah.
Dave, handle it up first with the scones.
Yeah, really. Depends on who brings the food, who gets up first. Pretty much lucked out with the weather. I hope we're so
By
lucky
far,
to
he's
have
In case
getting
the
the best
bribery will
over the
get you
years, so he gets-
everything, or?
Yeah,
Scones, croissants, stuff like that.
yeah.
He gets first pick. Absolutely. Nobody's come up with anything better.
So we want him here first.
Update of last meeting. I did sign the letter of intent with Cavanta. You have a copy of it for the solid waste collection beginning July 2010. And Dave and I have had a discussion about having the contract ready for your approval on December 1st. So we'll put that on the agenda, and it'll be before the board, assuming it meets the approval of town council, for the 1st of December. And you'll have a copy of it in your packet.
Okay.
Just a note on the April 2009 town meeting. Per bylaw, we're set for the town meeting on April 6th. Mr. Chairman, as you know, I've had some preliminary discussions with you about possibly delaying that town meeting, given the budget deficit and the uncertainty over state aid. And I think it's very important to try to go forward with firm state aid numbers to the extent we possibly can. I just included a copy of the memo that council had issued back in March of 2006 about the procedure. If you decide you wish to delay the start of town meeting, there's the mechanism and the procedure for you to be able to do that, which is outlined here.
Right, and we would require a quorum, right?
That is correct.
And we will be making that decision in January. What's it, the first meeting in January, I think?
By the end of January? Forget what it was.
I think it's the first meeting in January.
First meeting? That's our policy, right? Might have to wait policy.
Just giving the board an update on upcoming contract negotiations. Local 25 police officers, local 1857 firefighters, Council 93, which is Town Hall Clerical, North Reading Superior Offices, which is the lieutenants and our non-union employees. So, those are the contracts that we are ready to open. With the exception of the DPW union, none of those negotiations have commenced to this point, and I would like to, not this evening, I would like to have some time at an upcoming meeting in executive session to discuss strategy with the board on each of those contract proposals before we sit down and do it. Number 4 is an update on our health insurance situation. As the board members know, we have been meeting with our unions concerning acceptance of the GIC plan. Unfortunately, as a result of meetings that we had last week, we are unable to agree on a package that provides for implementation of the GIC plan for July 1, 2009. The reason is
Based on the December 1st.
based on the December 1st, and it should be known that the reason why we are unable to agree is it's my opinion that the proposal that's been submitted could potentially cost the town more in future years if we were to go ahead and adopt it. So the prudent thing to do is to not offer that program, to go back to our insurer, which is Maya, which we work through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and to examine lower cost programs that may be available through our existing health insurance provider. And I'm expecting that we'll have that information shortly, and we will then present that to our employees in an effort to secure a consensus going forward. But it does appear that the GAC discussions, at least through this point, are concluded. And they were concluded as a result of the fact that we could not come to an agreement at our last meeting. So we'll focus efforts on the lower cost health insurance plans, and they will be plans that are offered through our existing provider and Blue Cross. Questions on the report? Thank you.
Just at the GIC thing and the discussions with the, what's the name of the group?
The PEC.
The PEC came to a lodge yet. Because, in fairness to them, there was no movement on the town side in relation to the 70-30 split. And no movement on their side in relation to the 70-30% split, so, therefore.
And it's safe to say that within the rules of the GIC, there were so many restrictions associated with coming up with some alternate proposal that we could have made.
It didn't allow us certain flexibilities that we may have available to us under Maya.
Without getting into the detail.
But to those that were that are interested and concerned as to whether or not we're pursuing it, we continue to pursue it, but we tried to go when we can't go any further with it.
We're gonna vote at that later meeting. I know he doesn't. We have to vote on that?
Number 5, do we have to vote on
Do we have to vote on that, Greg, at a later meeting? think we do.
Well, given the memo that I received from the Department of Elder Affairs, I would suggest we hold action on it, because it's several contradictions in here about alerting us and then saying, oh, by the way, don't make any announcement on it. We suggest board members that you take no action.
Okay.
Well, okay. Okay,
No action.
Meeting will take action at some,
Taking no
at
action.
some
is easy.
point.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does that finish your report?
Yes.
Very quickly, maybe, it's 11:30.
I have
Mr.
nothing.
O'Leary? You have nothing?
I have nothing.